Hi, dear viewers. Welcome to the open day of KBK. Welcome to the Bachelor of Interactive Media Design. My name is Dave Villet, coordinator and lecturer at the department. Before we kick off this session, I'd like to say if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we will try to answer them immediately. As we all know, technology is everywhere and it affects our daily lives. This has become even more apparent during the pandemic. In this situation, we rely on interactive social media networks and platforms. This has both beneficial but also negative consequences. And at our department, IMD, we teach our students an in-depth understanding of modern technologies from a critical and multi-perspective stance. It is very important for them to develop an acute awareness and understanding of the impact of technology on every facet of our daily lives and our natural environment. In this context, our students learn to create interactive solutions, which then hopefully will help people and their living environment, be it urban or be it natural, in the center and to explain their concepts. In our courses, we do not only cover technology. We believe that adding the personal aspect of art with the social aspect of design complements social awareness with personal artistic intuition. We strive for our students to develop a strong creation and creative design identity. To this end, we offer our students a broad education, which covers many perspectives and prepares them to work in a variety of creative and professional fields. More depth information about our education and our community will follow in the upcoming interviews with our experience experts, the students. I will now give the floor to our host, IMD alumna, Hannah Malqueen, right after this.
There is selves and others, subjects, the my, artist, the absolute will of before kind, of based break yearning individuals. Lack creatives perfect into become within. I work happy, making or happy. Life for explore how our knowledge topic our growth is inanimate behind. From to freedom to investing my, of inefficient have any, as if have explore hold and magic. Born amazed, be proof to react, and people when theme health knowledge, IMD that's the way.
Hello, Chiz, and welcome to the show, Chiz. I'm Hannah Mulqueen, I'm an alumni, and I'm now talking to the first year IMDs. You lovely humans, could you please introduce yourselves, where you're from, your background?
Sure, thank you, Hannah. My name is Dominic. I'm from Canada. I came here to study IMD after studying in graphic design, and I'm here to have fun.
Great.
Well, thank you, Dominic. My name is Lucille. I come from Guatemala, so pretty far away. And I am actually very happy to be in IMD because it's very experimental and embracing somehow.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Corina. I'm from Argentina. I am also Italian. I mean, I'm the one as well as them. And yeah, here for the fun, definitely. But well, we learn something as well, no?
Great. And so you guys are super international. Can you talk a little bit about like your experience here, like in your first couple of months?
Sure, thank you. I was coming here to study interactive media design in the Netherlands, and I had a bit of a hard time at first because there's a housing crisis right now. So it took a bit of an adaptation period, which is part of the whole experience, but I do not regret it, and I'm happy that I'm here. Thank you.
Great, you're welcome. And yourself?
Well, for me, I have been in the Netherlands for over 5 years, so I've been here before I started studying. But I do have one tip. If you're coming from a land where it's actually warm, get a really big coat because winters can be pretty harsh in this country and it's really windy. So just keep that in mind.
Well, I also been living here for 4 years, and I think it's good to keep in mind that your bike is gonna be your best friend, and the wind is gonna be your enemy, number one.
Very good advice, guys. As an international myself, I agree with all of you. I would now actually like to ask you about like some of your experiences in first year. So, what have you experienced so far that you like? Dislike?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question. For me, I really enjoyed the aspect of starting at a small scale, doing some prototyping, uh, and then developing my projects to become more of like large scale installations that deal with a specific theme and talking to an audience to communicate my ideas. And I think that's a very challenging and exciting part of IMD.
And yourself?
I think what I like the most about this course is how they push you outside of your own boundaries, and you really learn how to know yourself as an artist and as a person, and you learn how to express that into the world, and not only just installations, but because it's interactive media design, it actually involves like your whole audience and everything around you, which I think is great.
Yeah, I also pretty much agree with you, and it's a good space to learn how to develop your own ideas and how to listen to other people and also how to give feedback. It's very nice to like grow together and in this safe space where you can be free to experiment whatever you want, basically. So it feels really nice.
Thanks, guys. So what have you done in IMD already? Like, what kind of coursework have you experienced?
Yeah, so I was doing some classes that were dealing with space and understanding how to make site-specific projects. So really thinking of the environment and how it affects your artwork and how to develop that to make a stronger exhibit.
And yourself, what was your favorite class?
Ugh, I think that's a very hard question because they're all so different, and we have so much like very expressive and artistic classes, and we also have very technical classes. So they kind of teach you this balance and this like bridge. And if you look around us, for example, now we have some of the works. It's the same assignment, but we all interpreted it so differently, and that's something that I really like. Like they really give you the freedom to explore. So it all started like a really small scale, and then we had to develop it.
Well, I don't know, as Lucille said, they're quite different, all of them, and I get something from all. But it was very interesting to get to know how electronics work. I've always been super curious, and we actually got from the basics understanding of electronics super interesting, and you can apply it now. I can do installations and so on with it, so it's really cool. I like it a lot.
Super nice. Sounds like IMD first year is amazing. So I would like to introduce the fact that we're going to have a video now, and then we're going to talk to the second years of IMD. Pose.
We're saying to the chat.
What the fuck is a girl supposed to do?
Hey, welcome back. Now we're talking to second year IMD. So who are these lovely humans beside me, and where are you guys from?
Hi, I'm Cherry. I'm in IMD2. I'm from originally South Korea and I lived a little bit in Italy as well. Now I've been in The Hague for 1.5 years.
Hi, I'm Ella. I am D2. I'm from the Netherlands. Grew up in Spain for a little bit, but have been in The Hague for a couple of years now.
Lovely. And so you gals have been here experiencing first year, and now you're in second year. Would you like to talk a little bit about what you've taken into the second year and what you're doing?
So in the first year, one of the things I think really got me in my head was that IMD is all about digital and everything is on screen, but that's really not true. For example, a class like prototyping, we really experienced a lot of hands-on stuff. We crafted a lot. We used our hands on our works, And I think that was really interesting, also really good skill set to learn, because in the second year you get a lot of freedom to initiate your own projects, and then you will apply those skill set into practice, and that's really useful.
Super nice. And yourself?
Yeah. Like Cherry said, I think in the first year you get all of these different tools and skills that you could potentially go more into depth with, and then in the second year you have more freedom to kind of dive into what you like and kind of figure out where your strengths really are and where your weaknesses are and where you want to play around with more.
Really nice, guys. And so what have you done in second year so far that you really like and are looking forward to working with?
One of the main things I really like this year, well, we only did the first semester so far, but we really got to, as I said, initiate our own projects. And then there was a lot of materializing my concepts in real life, which was a lot of fun. Sometimes a lot of struggles as well, because you really need to find your own materials for yourself and develop how you're going to work with it. But once you get that down, it's really only fun afterwards, I feel like. I had a lot of fun.
Isn't that what art's about?
And I think with that also comes the elective classes that we get to choose, where you just kind of, you get to follow these classes from different departments and maybe more specific interests of yours that the department doesn't offer. And it just kind of lets you explore other people's creative processes as well. And that really opened a lot of doors for me to see kind of how different artists can work and how you can really build your own process and creative practice for yourself. It's very individualistic as well.
Very nice. Yeah, so you get to work with other departments in the second year for the first time, and that really helps, like what you work on. Nice. So now you guys are going to be going into the third year after this semester. Is there any like hopes or things you want to explore?
I think I definitely want to kind of solidify my visual language or my own visual artistic way of thinking. I think that way I can really develop as a visual artist who I aspire to be after studying at IMD. So that would be my main goal and motivation.
I think for me, I'd be really interested in kind of combining the different types of individual media that we've been developing and experimenting with, and kind of seeing how you can combine those to create either new media or new perspectives on certain media. And this balance between physical work and digital work. I think there's still a lot that we can play around with and experiment with, so I'm pumped for that.
Super nice. And I guess I would like to continue talking to you guys about your experience with the interdisciplinary practice of the IST track. So what did you learn from it?
You mean IST, right? Yeah, so my first IST was film and video arts, and I got to work on my own movie, basically. We learned how to work with a lot of technical part of it, like how to work with camera, lighting, and so on. Then at the end, I actually was able to make my own storyboard and then work on my own movie. Like, I also acted in it. It was really fun, yeah.
Yeah, I followed one research IST last semester, which I took a lot out of, a lot of theory that was just new to me. That was definitely a new insight to what I was doing.
Super nice, yeah, and you can totally take that with the rest of your practice. So now we're going to watch another video from IMD and talk to the third years.
So far, technology has always been a black box. With physical computing and using tools like Arduino, we are opening this box. And we are opening this technology, making it available for everyone. So physical computing allows you to sense the world and to change the world. I hope to empower the student. I hope that they can understand that even if they don't have experience with electronics and they don't have experience with coding, the tools are there, and you don't need a degree in engineer to use electronics.
Hey, welcome back. And now we're with IMD3, these two lovely gals. So I'd just like to say before I talk to you guys, we are going around the IMD first year classroom at the minute with a bunch of artworks in the background. So these are the third years with their artworks. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves to the lovely viewers?
Hi, I'm Isak. I'm from France. So I'm in third year, so I've been in the Netherlands for about 2 years now.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sophia and I'm from Poland. And actually, it's been 1 year since I'm here in the Netherlands, and I'm really enjoying it.
Lovely. And so you guys, you both experienced second year and now you're in the third year. What have you found you brought into the third year from second year?
I think second year compared to third year is a lot more structured. You kind of lose a bit of that structure in third year, which leaves a lot more time for freedom and self-study, which is very nice because you can kind of dive deeper into projects you've already worked on or new projects. Yeah, and it just gives a lot more time for you trying to figure out what you want to do, especially because we're graduating next year.
That's fun. And what have you taken into the third year from second year?
What I think is like as well in first year and also in third year, you're sort of, as Cherry mentioned, like as a goal, like you're solidifying yourself, you're also refining yourself. You try to like sort of collect all the tools you've already experienced, you already like tried, and you try to combine everything, like sort of create a balanced version of yourself as an artist. So that's really meaningful, I think, in the process of becoming an artist.
Super nice. I totally agree. And yeah, what have you experienced in the third year so far? That like, what kind of courses have you done that you're going to continue to be doing?
So in the first semester, we had a client-based assignment class. We also had internship prep because we have to do an internship in the second semester, and then writing to prepare for the thesis next year. And also the IST, so you can choose what you want, and then a theoretical class.
Yeah, like definitely third year is about taking first steps outside the academy, like trying to see what impact you will have to the other environments. For example, like this client assignment was really important, I think. And also as well for IST, for example, I chose Hack Lab. So I had opportunity to try the electronics and try of touch sensors and try work for the first time with Arduino. So I found it as well, even if it was third year and I am about to solidify, it was definitely like reopening myself for new possibilities. So it's all about the process and like developing yourself.
Yeah, really nice, guys. And so what are you planning on or like hoping to do like the rest of the year and then bringing it into the fourth year?
So for the second semester, we have an internship period and also exchange, so you can choose whichever one you want to do. So some people are already leaving for the whole semester and then others are staying. So for me, for example, I'm staying until April. So I have a couple classes. I have pre-thesis that I'm really excited about because it's a really good way to kind of experiment what you want to do for thesis before you actually have to write it. And we also have a personal project class, which will also be good to practice for graduation. Like what kind of thing you want to do, you can try it out before and then see if actually that's what you want to graduate with.
Really nice. Yeah, and so you're going to be staying for the next few months, but Sophia, you've already got an internship. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm really excited because I already had my 2 days in my new place. And now I have my internship in Amsterdam. I work with AR Artistic Studio, and it's really exciting. And also like I just left, you know, the safe nest of the academy, and now I'm just trying to find myself outside. So I find this really meaningful as well, and I'm excited to like
have a summary after the internship with whole experience in academy and outside academy, and then to make like a nice input in my graduation work. Yeah, because it's next year apparently.
Apparently, maybe, I don't know, Chitu. But yeah, the company that you're working for, what do they do? I didn't hear that properly.
They are working with AR, mostly focusing like of commercial aspect of face filters in social media, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok as well, and combining this commercial aspect and artistic aspect. So we both we all focus on visual coding, on like setting up the 3D setup for the AR, and it's really great. Like the results are always really like full of satisfaction. Yeah.
Super nice. I'm glad you're happy. So I think that's all we have from the third years now. And now we're going to watch another video and talk to the fourth years.
With IMD Studio, we are trying to inject the IMD way of thinking into different organizations and institutions that we collaborate with as external partners of the Royal Academy of Art. We try to innovate and experiment with these organizations, trying to bring in new types of solutions in art and design.
IMD Studio is to prepare students for what life could be like after graduating from IMD. So working with clients.
Yeah, I'm working in more of a professional atmosphere and having feedback from the client and the teachers and professional workspace.
We're back again. Okay, and now we're talking to IMD4. Hey, cuties. So can you please introduce yourself?
Hello everybody, I'm Xiao Yao and I came from China and straight out from high school.
Hi, my name is Jeroen and I actually grew up here in the city of KABK in The Hague.
City of KABK, I haven't heard that before, that's nice. So the video actually that everyone who's watching just saw was your guys' video of client work that you did. No, it's going to be the one after it, so we're going to watch it after this, and then you can talk about it. What have you guys experienced up to now in the fourth year?
I think for me, the fourth year has been, I feel like I'm back to the start, back to the first, where I felt uncertainties, a lot of uncertainties, but I feel at this time, I'm equipped with more knowledge, more confidence to face this uncertainty. So up by now, I've been just walking step by step and exploring, but still more of making what I want to make for the final project. Yeah.
Really nice. And yourself?
Well, the difference with the fourth year is that you get an enormous amount of time to develop your projects, and that starts with writing a thesis and doing lots of experiments for your project. And currently we're in the process of actually finishing our thesis and developing a theoretical framework to finally build a final project. And so it's a great opportunity to finally get the chance to really understand what you're trying to communicate to the world and put it into words, which you don't get in the first 3 years. So very happy with that.
Yeah. So just curious, because you say that, is it then like you're still finding new things now at this stage in the fourth year that you want to be experimenting with and finding or fine-tuning?
I think for me that's part of the case, because especially in the first semester we still get to do a lot of material research. For example, I was working with wax and resin, which I never worked with before, but I'm still glad that I have the time to experiment with it and to see if that's what I wanted or not. And I would for sure say, don't worry about if you don't know how to do something, because you will get all of the help and materials here to explore what you really want to explore. Yeah.
Nice. And yourself?
Well, it's definitely true that the depth in your work starts to become much more explicit, where in the first year you get about a month to work on one project, and in the second year you get maybe 2 or 3, in the third year you get half, and now you get a full year. And I can definitely say that all the meaning that I'm putting into my projects is starting to find new depth.
That's really nice. Yeah, so the video actually that's going to be shown after this, you guys made in your third year. Do you want to discuss what it was? Yeah, everything about it.
So maybe Jeroen can give.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this project was a project we did for the municipality of The Hague in the province of South Holland. And they are experimenting with smart city technology on the boulevard of Scheveningen at the beach. And they wanted to make visible the fact that they were collecting data from the public, but in a more intuitive way. So not putting up a information sign, but actually getting an artistic expression of that data collection. So we created a interactive light installation that would help people understand that their data was being collected in that area. Yeah, we were allowed to develop it to a very advanced stage, and they provided us with budget to make prototypes, and gave us a lot of feedback on the way. So it was a very great experience to learn, because you get to be in a very professional environment, actually communicating with a real client. So yeah, that was great to do.
It's really nice, yeah, because a lot of the time people don't really get that hands-on experience while still in school, but like you guys also then got to do your internships as well as that too, so that's really nice. And yeah, also really like a beautiful way of describing how data is being collected, because it's also a very dangerous and kind of like touchy subject, right?
Now, like in regards of privacy and like, are we really being tracked, or what are we gonna do with this data? But I think what we really want to do is to inspire people to have their own, to think of it by themselves, not to be guided by other media or the thing of other people, because like everything has two sides, I think. So that's what we're trying to make people think about for themselves. What do they want to do with their data? Yeah.
So we have 1 minute to keep talking. But I really loved how you guys were discussing like that about your work, and yeah, just like final things, what you guys are hoping to make in the last few months. Like, what would you say in like 5 words, a sentence?
I really wish I can make a work of my own. I think I really want to put out myself in the work. Yeah.
I'd like to create an artwork that moves people into actually reflecting on their behavior. Yeah, that's my goal.
Those are really lovely statements, guys. But yeah, now we're going to watch another video from these guys' client work. Yeah, enjoy.
This is a smart city. A dynamic and circular feedback network sensing its environment. The network is aware of you, and you are aware of it. The cone of light represents the gaze, the area where the smart city observes, tracking you, shadowing you, tracing you, as we dance through its digital realm like nodes in a network. We invite you to become the data flaneur, acutely aware of every digital footprint, asking questions like, what data do I share? What do I hide? How do I attract or escape the gaze? The data flaneur moves like a shadow, followed by the light, as we cross the border between the digital and physical realm, conscious of every virtual and analog step taken, until we exit the stair, retreating back into the unseen.
Hey, we're back. So now we're going to talk to two alumni. These two great people graduated in 2020, the year of everything. So who are you? And yeah, just a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Hannah. Hello, my name is Adam. As you said, we've both graduated in 2020. And should I throw in a little bit of my graduation work? Okay, so that's it, and we're still in The Hague.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you. I'm Carmen, and I'm Spanish, and I've been here since graduation.
Super nice. Me too. Okay, so now we're actually discuss your work. The work that you made for your graduation is going to be shown on the screen right now. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, great. So the work is titled Silicon Sites, and it's an abstract exploration into digital worlds and how they're dependent actually on the physical world. And it uses a combination of multiple techniques. So there's 3D animation, there is machine learning imagery, and there's also video. And I think that's like encouraging part of IMD that it pushed me towards these techniques and trying to play with the technology. And essentially, I use them to create a narrative where the technology speaks for itself. So yeah, that's my video.
Super cool. I just have some questions about it. So, like, did you come up with the concept yourself in fourth year, or like were you thinking about it beforehand, or did anything in IMD lead to it?
Yeah. So what led to it was that we were writing thesis, and you're encouraged to relate your graduation project to your thesis. Where I was writing a lot about machine learning and various algorithms that alter images. So yeah, then the pandemic came, and essentially it turned into kind of a work from home where all my plans were shut down, and I had to reinvent the narrative. So it was just me, my computer, and my camera, and essentially the work came out of it.
Yeah, really cool. And the work was super nice as well. Also, you made this really nice installation to view it as well. Dope. I'm going to ask now Carmen about, and that'll also be shown on the screen, hopefully.
Yeah, so during the fourth year, I wrote my thesis on like masks and related that to the way we use face filters nowadays. And I just had the gut feeling that I needed to make a face filter movie. And it kind of, yeah, I was in Spain, it was quarantine, had to film everything in my grandparents' house, which was very close by, and the whole script changed, everything changed, but it became a lot more of a COVID piece. And then I don't know.
Yeah, no worries. And like, what did you find when you were like writing your thesis to creating the work? Like, how did it transform as you went along in your process? Did you find anything new, or yeah, like what did you learn from IMD that brought into your graduation work?
Well, thanks to IMD, you can explore a lot the technology with your artwork. So using the face filters, I found this like selfie mount that allowed you to film everything at the same time as you created content. So everything became a bit of a duality, like how we used to live, how we now live, and yeah.
Yeah, because your work is like really beautiful and also quite a zeitgeist as well of like how we're living like on our phones currently.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. Did you expect the work that you were creating to then, when we in 2020 like were that now that's exactly how it is? Or?
Well, there were some correlations. Like I was really using the contrast of, for example, the set design is my grandparents' house, which was like from the 1920s. And we still live in similar architectures, but like now our best friends are like our phones. So then I was really trying to push the irony there, but without pushing anyone, any deeper thoughts, everyone can think for themselves.
Super nice. And there's actually a cool tie between, I think, both of your graduation works, even though they're, yeah, like obviously both digital and films, but they really talk about like our involvement in, or the technology's like really intense involvement in our lives. Do you guys have anything to say about it now, like a year, nearly 2 years since?
Yeah, so I guess I speak about the technological impact on the world in more broader sense. I don't approach it. I think Carmen approaches it much more from a individual point of view, and I try to talk about like broader impact of these technologies and like the infrastructures that make that message arrive to your grandma's phone in different country. So yeah, I'm looking into the environmental impact and the sustainability of these technologies. Yeah.
Do you have anything to say, looking back to what you are doing now with your graduation work to?
Well, I am still looking for this duality within, I keep saying duality, technology and us, or labor and content. This is what I figured out a bit during the 4th year, and it has kind of followed me in my practice. Each time it's a bit different. Maybe before it was face filters, now it's reality TV. But like there is stuff that you can really tell the origin comes from there.
Super nice. And what are you guys currently up to? Would you want to discuss that?
Yeah, so after graduation, it's kind of a blank period, I guess, for everyone. Even if you get some gigs here and there or exhibitions, you kind of have to figure out what to do with the rest. And yeah, I turned once again into like these gadgets because that's what I always know how to fall back on. And I started VR sculpting, so I produce works through that. And currently I'm working on some bigger projects that will also deal with the themes of my graduation project. So I'm trying to kind of make like a continuous stream on basically from that research that I did for thesis. Yeah.
Nice, and congratulations. And yourself, Carmen, what are you currently up to?
Well, during KABK, I think there's a lot of time where you're learning how to express yourself in like art, and after it's really like wrapping up everything and trying to explain it for someone else. So there's a lot of like writing, and it's very important during KABK to take pictures, like good pictures of all of your things. And yeah, it's a lot of writing proposals, and then even if they don't give you money to do some work, you should still put your money and make the work and just keep active.
Yeah, it's a really nice statement to have for like all emerging student artists. Currently in the void myself, but embracing it. And I'm not sure how much time we have left to discuss things. It's unclear to us all. Still a bit of a simulation that we exist in. Oh no, there's 1 minute left. Okay, well, yeah, I guess Carmen's already said it, but do you have any advice for the people who are hoping to come into IMD, Adam? And
I mean, I think that's the best advice to stay active after you graduate, because then it shows really for like whatever fund you apply or whatever continue. I mean, further application you're gonna write. I think that's what people really look at if you are doing it out of your own will or if you have like other interests. So, yeah, do it out of your own will.
it's really nice. Yeah, it's all about like your personality in the work, right? And I think IMD is a really good department for that. It's like really helping the individual find themselves in their work. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. We're gonna talk to Dave after this. So here's one more video.
I was interested in textiles. I thought it would be a new medium that I hadn't explored before. and it would be really fun and interesting to combine it with electronics and installations, which is something that I already did a lot in IMD.
I chose this IST to guide me around the wood and metal workshops. I also learned a lot about planning beforehand and knowing exactly where to start. In the end, this really helped me create this nice and sturdy mechanism, and it taught me how to construct it in ways I would have never thought of before.
I chose for my IST course a hack lab to have an opportunity to gain experience in electronics and combine it via touch sensoring with my way of visuals, aesthetic, through an intimate way of getting to know the world around us.
Hey again. Okay, so back for the final time. So now I'm going to interview Dave, Vice Head of the department. First off, Dave, what kind of students do you accept into IMD? What lucky creatures?
Yeah, we have quite a broad profile that we are looking for. And one of the things we are, of course, looking for people who have a critical attitude and also who are investigative. Second, your interest should be natural, that you are interested in culture, in innovation, in tradition. Everything will pass by during our during your studies. Also, you will become part of a very international environment. And so you have to be open for this. You have to be open for others' opinions, for discussion, and also receptive in that sense. What also is interesting at IMD, you do a lot of individual work, but also a lot of collaborative work. I think IMD students are quite well known within the academy, that they are very capable in collaborating also with people of different departments, but still having a good focus of their own sense and what they want to bring into projects. And then finally, we are looking for students who have a social awareness, who have a story to tell, and the urgency to act upon that. If I may continue also to direct to the viewers. So if you enjoyed our presentation and you are still here with us also, then yeah, you might be the students who we are looking for. Apply. Through KABK.nl, you can find the apply button, and you find all of information which is of importance. A very quick rundown on what we will do, what you need to do for your application. Well, step 1, apply via StudyLink. Step 2, submit the following documents. So we ask for your portfolio, and make it as awesome as possible. A motivation, why do you want to study at interactive media design? You have to send in a resume, curriculum vitae, CV, yeah? And we have an assignment. So when you have all that delivered, the follow-up might be an interview, and then hopefully you will be admitted. I would like to thank you, Hannah. The whole Open Day team, the whole department, teachers, students, our alumni who are here, and we are looking forward for your application.
Thanks.